Hello guys! Back with me Monica Rishma at my YouTube channel. Today I will present my students report again about my extensive reading. And as usual, good evening for who watch it at evening, good night for who watch it at night, good morning for who watch it at morning, and good afternoon for who watch it at afternoon. Hope you enjoy my video. And for Memrara, welcome to my video. Hope you enjoy my video and sorry for if I have any mistakes. So let's get started. I will present my students report. I make report for abridged novel and I make it at 14 April 2022, and the title of the abridged novel that I read is Can You Forgive Her by Anthony Trollope. The publisher is Chapman and Hall at September 1864 for volume 1 and July at 1865 for volume 2. And the abridged novel have 359 pages, and the genre of them is romance and slice of life. The main character in here is Alice Vavasseur. Alice Vavasseur is a 40 years old mature woman of character and beauty with a mere fortune of 400 pounds sterling. And she has two sweethearts. Her fault is that she was twice engaged to and twice jilted, and her cousin George Vavasseur and twice engaged to John Grey before she finally married him, a cousin of Lady Glencora Palliser, was confident that she was in Lady Glen's love for Burgo Fitzgerald. And the supporting character is George Vavasseur, a wild man. George killed a prig in burglar as a child and has a chain-like scar on his handsome face, and Alice was earlier engaged to the wild man but killed him, thinking him and rightly to wild him. He has loosely conceived political ambition and is radical, disinherited by his grandfather, and he forced Alice to lend him with more demands for funds. When he lost his seat and the respect of all his friends, quarreled with Alice and tried to kill her fiancé John Grey, and he immigrated to America. And John Grey, an honest but unexciting worthy man, Alice, after an ill-advised holiday with George in Switzerland, and kills John, but George, in the ensuing long engagement, goes entirely to the bed. And Glencora Palliser, the charming and irrepressible heiress of the Lord of the Isles, became the wife of Plantagenet Palliser, and although she loves the worthless Burgo Fitzgerald, unhappy in her marriage because of her husband's cold and austere nature and his preoccupation with political affairs, she did her best by lavish entertaining at Gatherum Castle and Matching Priory and formal dinners in town, to aid him in his political career, frequently to his great embarrassment. And Arabella Greenough is aunt of Alice, George, and Kate Vavasseur. She had married an old man when she was 24, and when he died shortly after was left with a fortune of 40,000 pounds sterling. Although her grief for him was uncontrolled, she was not too discouraging to her sweethearts and married Captain Belfield. Kate Vavasseur is George's adoring sister who lived with the old squire at Vavasseur Hall. George persuaded her that after breaking her engagement with him, Alice Vavasseur still owed him her financial aid in contesting a seat in Parliament, and Kate arranged the trip to Switzerland, on which they succeed in inducing Alice to furnish the necessary money. And next, I will go to the next part, the summary. At the end of a stormy engagement with her irresponsible and selfish cousin George, Alice Vavasseur engaged herself with a young man named John Grey, a young woman of independent wealth, and the marriage was approved by his father and his high-ranking relatives. But George's sister Kate persuaded him that he was not fit for the peaceful life of the country, and he broke off his engagement, and Kate was eager for Alice to marry him to help George in parliamentary life, and he weakly agreed to renew his engagement on the condition that the marriage is postponed for a year. George's grandfather, for whom he eagerly awaited spirited from him, and in his frustration and anger demanded that Alice provide account, and George won the election and took his place, but was soon forced to run again and lost. Upon learning of Mr. Grey's intervention, he became very angry and tried to kill him eventually with no friends or money, and he immigrates to the United States. And come to next part, my comment for the abridged novel. After I read this abridged novel, I feel surprised at what a monster. Reading this 365-page piece of the abridged novel was like eating an entire chocolate birthday cake, enjoyable up to a point, but the richness and density were ultimately overpowering. I always remember that scene when George wants a kiss from Alice. The pure girl ends up throwing her money at him and her attempt to keep him away. The novel follows three parallel stories of courtship and marriage, and the decision of three women: Alice Vavasor, her cousin Glencora Palliser, and her aunt Arabella Greenough. Trollope shows us unmistakably how very far from satisfied a spirited girl is when the sexual side of such an arrangement is less happy than it should be. In putting this predicament unambiguously to a conventional Victorian audience, he was walking on dangerous ground. He did it brilliantly. Actually, I don't find any difficult vocabulary in this novel. This novel is easy to understand and has a very good structure. For me, the abridged novel is super entertaining. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you enjoyed that, and hope you have a new insight for my video, and see you again. Thank you so much.